Hey, where the hell are you? Hey, Peter, what's wrong? I told you to call me boss. Young people these days don't know the meaning of politeness. They don't know how to respect their elders. Sorry, boss. I'm doing outside work. Is it something urgent? Something urgent? I got a call from that young guy at the company. What? He said he wants to cancel the contract because I piss him off. I don't want to work with him either. So I told him he has to pay a penalty if he wants to terminate the contract. Oh no, he was a big client. What did he say? I told him hard when I got a call from him. Well, I'm sure he'll get in touch soon. But with the amount of the penalty, we'll meet our goal, right? Huh? What are you talking about? I know that you and that guy both had been looking down on me. You got me all wrong. What are we going to do next month? That's why I texted you. You need to get a new contract. Me? You're his favorite. Go for it. It's your chance to show off so he doesn't think you're a fool like me.
Hey, is it true you finished paying everything back?
Yeah, well, just for now.
So it's finally done.
Yeah, but still.
Then I'm free. I don't have to work anymore.
No, it's just that it's finally down to zero.
Huh? What are you talking about? I'm just asking you if your debt is gone.
It's gone. The debt is gone now.
That's the answer. Then we'll be free of each other.
Huh? What do you mean?
Let's break up. Your debt is gone, so let's get a divorce.
What are you talking about?
We paid off the debt on the company that was on the verge of bankruptcy, so you're no longer of any use to us.
What does that have to do with the divorce?
I don't want you involved with the company anymore. You're giving me a job. I'm fed up with you.
You're an employee, so why shouldn't I?
Daddy gives me a salary even if I don't do anything.
We were on the verge of bankruptcy because of that attitude. And when your mother was hospitalized and your father became acting president.
Shut up! I just attract new clients with my beauty. All I have to do is just be there.
It's a family business, so I think you should be working harder.
You fell in love with me at first sight at a drinking party and approached me.
That was a long time ago. You were nice to me at first. But your attitude changed when your brother took over my father's company.
Back then, my mom was the president, and she was always nagging me to work. So I just wanted to marry you and become the wife of the president and get out of the company.
That's what I thought.
I thought I would be a housewife and live a life of freedom. I didn't expect you had no intention of taking over the company.
My dad's company isn't IT, and it's not a job for me. I told you I work at a gym because I like working with people.
You quit that too.
That's because your father asked me to help him with his company.
But you said yes right away. You couldn't do the job at your old place anyway, so you were looking for an excuse to quit.
I was just trying to protect the company that your mother, whom I respect and admire, started.
Yes, but a bakery is so lame. I wish she had a more luxurious company.
Whatever kind of company it was, you had no intention to work anyway.
If the boss does his job, that should be enough. All I want is to have fun and get paid.
The hourly wage of the staff has been the lowest since your father took over. That's why all the good people left.
They just follow the recipe and make it like a machine. I can't believe they're asking for a higher salary. It's cheeky.
This is the result of losing veterans. New workers make mistakes in deliveries due to lack of experience.
That was really annoying. And don't you think it's terrible that they are asking for $50,000 in compensation? We couldn't pay it, so we had to go into debt.
They got sick with allergies, you know. I was glad that we got away with it because we've known each other for years. The staff worked so hard to protect your mother's company, and I've worked so hard to get mine back on track.
Sure, you've been getting new delivery contracts. I'll give you credit for that.
Why are you looking me down like that?
I also don't like the fact that you set up training for new staff. Can you please stop wasting our expenses on such useless things?
If you don't train your staff, it will happen again.
Training is a waste of money. They don't need it because they just make the same kind of bread.
You know, we've been getting more contracts lately, and our profits have been going up a little bit, right? I wanted to give that back to my staff.
We're paying them minimum wage, and they should be thankful for that. Our priority is money for our luxuries. Raising wages is a joke.
If you and your father have that kind of attitude, they'll all quit again.
Aren't you getting it wrong? The reason we're making a profit isn't because we're getting more contracts. It's because Dad cut labor costs.
That can't be true. What kind of calculation is that?
Labor costs are the biggest waste of money. I thought you're the son of a business owner, and you'd have all kinds of knowledge. I'm disappointed.
At least I think about the company more than you do.
But I'm just thankful that you've been able to get a big contract of a regular delivery at the photo studio. We're in safe hands now, thanks to your hard work.
Well, that's because we lost a big contract the other week. Anyway, you need to calm down for once.
Don't tell me you don't want a divorce or something.
No, it's not that. Your mother's coming back from the hospital in 2 weeks, right? I want her to take over that contract.
Dad can take it over.
The only person I trust is your mother. If that's not good enough, I can't step down from the company in the event of a divorce.
Fine, but I can't wait more than 2 weeks, okay?
Are you sure you want a divorce?
Of course. You think you're worth it?
That's a terrible thing to say.
You're already fired. Get out of my house. You don't have to come back. You can stay in a hotel from today. I don't want to see your face.
Don't you know anything?
Huh? You're such a loser. Goodbye.
I don't understand what she's thinking at all. I'm Brian, and I used to work in the service industry because I like to work with customers. I left to help my parents-in-law's business, which suddenly took a turn for the worst. Eating is living. I want everyone to smile when they eat good food. I respected my mother-in-law who thought so, and I wanted to protect the company while she was in the hospital. I understand this because I have seen my father and brother, who are business owners, and my mother-in-law. My father-in-law, Peter, and my wife, Gemma, are not suited for running a business. I don't mind divorce. It is too much of a burden for my mother-in-law to work for a company in that condition after she is discharged from the hospital. However, just as I was thinking of going to visit her before she left the hospital to talk to her about it, I never thought that something like that would happen. Hey, what did you do to my stuff? What's going on in this room?
What? I'm so busy right now, and I was in a good mood. And now, you ruined it.
Ruined? That's what I want to say. Where are all the decorations in the living room and the appliances in my room?
Oh, about that? You're on your own from now on. You only need one appliance, right? I redecorated and changed the decorations to my taste. So I sold everything that used to be there.
That's terrible. How could you do that?
If that's what you wanted to ask, can I go now? I don't want to hear from you right now. Can we talk later?
I just checked the balance and it's not right either. I looked at the joint savings account and everything is gone.
You just noticed that now?
You withdrew it?
Yes, I did.
There was $70,000. What did you spend that much money on?
You said there was a little more debt in the company, so I added it up.
That's why you could afford it.
We couldn't wait any longer. Besides, it doesn't make a good impression on the company to have $50,000 in debt, does it?
Then what happened to the other $20,000?
It's gone.
What did you spend it on?
Congratulations on paying it off. So, bags, jewelry, etc.
We haven't even discussed the division of property, and you spend it all on your own? That's ridiculous.
I was also stressed out because you were getting in my face about the company. I feel so much better now that I've shopped around.
I understand. I'm going to go visit your mother now and tell her what happened. We'll talk about it later.
You're fired, and I've submitted divorce papers. You're a stranger now. You don't have to visit her or anything.
I didn't sign anything.
I just wrote it down. I took them out a few minutes ago.
I don't understand what you're talking about. Are you out of your mind?
I was surprised how easily it was accepted.
Forging divorce papers and filing them is a criminal act.
The divorce was already finalized, so what's the big deal?
I've been thinking for a while now. Why are you in such a hurry to get divorced?
My boyfriend proposed to me.
Huh?
At the time I started talking about divorce, I was going to wait until 2 weeks when Mom gets out of the hospital.
I don't know what you mean. I'm having a little bit of trouble understanding you.
You're a slow learner, you know that. Yesterday, he told me that he wants to register the marriage soon. So I rushed out to file for divorce.
Who is he, and how long have you been together?
I've been dating a guy I met on an app for over 3 years before I got married to you.
You mean you were cheating on me the whole time?
He was my true love from the beginning. But I thought you, who I thought was going to be the president, had more money. So I just chose you.
Your standards are really all about money, aren't they?
It's no wonder. I want to live a comfortable and luxurious life. But you were a disappointment.
Don't think that everything will go the way you want. If you've been dating someone for a long time, it means you've been pretending to be single, right? It's never going to work out with that boyfriend either.
You're so cynical. I'm single now, so there's no problem. He got a promotion and is on his way up. There's no reason for me to turn down his proposal.
You cheated on me and then forged divorce papers and filed them. In addition, you used the joint savings account. It's too late to apologize now.
I can't tell him I have debt. And our money as a couple is my money too. The divorce is final. Don't make a fuss over every little thing.
Is that your answer?
Don't start talking about alimony. The statute of limitations on cheating is 3 years. It's your fault if you didn't notice.
I understand your point, and I'm divorcing you. But I'll only hand over the big contract to your mother. Until then, let me stay involved with the company.
Oh, about that? Dad said he doesn't want her back at the company because she's a nag.
What do you mean?
Dad said he's getting a divorce too. He doesn't want my mom in the company. Dad will take over that contract, so that's settled.
I'll terminate the contract with all the suppliers.
What's that loser talking about? You don't have any authority anymore.
I doubt that.
I think you'd better back off. It's obvious you're not ready to let go of me or the company.
Say what you want. I've packed my bags and I'm not coming back. You'd better be prepared for what's to come.
Okay, bye. I thought you were a man with a bigger heart, but I was wrong. I mean, I can't believe you're acting like a little girl.
Huh? What are you talking about? Are you trying to apologize or something?
No, I'm not. Anyway, I'm having a hard time at work.
What the hell? I'm busy right now, okay?
Hey, pick up the phone so I can give you the details.
I can't answer the phone because of my location.
One after another, I get calls from people wanting to terminate the contracts. What have you done?
I can't be involved with the company anymore. I'm making my last rounds of greetings. Isn't that why?
Why is this happening just because you quit? I just lost one employee.
Didn't you notice? After your father took over, there was the whole compensation accident thing. The company's reputation was bad anyway.
That's because of the incompetent staff, isn't it? He fired that staff too, so it doesn't matter anymore.
That's what happens when you run a business with that kind of thinking. Speaking of customers, the only clients you had was from your mother's time, and the ones I signed new contracts with.
Me and my dad just need to be there. That's the privilege of the boss and his daughter.
Because of your attitude, I went back and forth and made suggestions for improvement. And finally, they kept the contract.
I don't know anything about that. And all the staff members brought in their resignation letters. What is this?
I told them I'm quitting. And if that's what's going on, it proves that nobody trusts you guys.
We're paying minimum wage to people who can't even do a decent job. We should be grateful.
You're not the right people to run a business.
Shut up! It's not right that you're cutting off contracts with customers who have been with us since my mother's generation. Why don't Dad just put Mom in charge again?
But your father said he's getting a divorce too. That's why you're kicking us out of the company, isn't it?
I'm not going to let my dad divorce her if it's going to come to this. I'll just have my mom come back.
Actually, I'm making the rounds with your mother right now.
What? She's out of the hospital?
The day you told me you were getting a divorce, I told you she'd be out in 2 weeks. You really only think about yourself, don't you?
Did you say that? But we haven't heard anything from her.
You guys didn't even come to visit her. You do whatever you want at work. She says she's fed up with you and is divorcing your father.
I understand what you're saying, okay? Let's calm down and talk about it.
I still have to go to some places, and I won't listen to your arguments anymore. It's too much trouble. I'll just send you my side of the story, so read it later.
What? Is there something more?
Of course I agree to the divorce, but I'm suing you for forging the divorce papers.
Why do you make it a big deal? We've decided to separate, so there shouldn't be a problem, right?
I'm not going to let the criminal act go unnoticed.
I really hate your stubbornness.
Say what you want. Also, you promised me at the beginning that you would work until the handover was over. But you asked me to quit before that.
What does that matter?
I'll explain that I was fired early because of your stupid motives. Then, I will ask your father, the current president of the company, to take responsibility for your wrongful termination.
If you do that, Dad will find out that I was cheating on you.
You didn't tell him?
I thought it would be a good idea to pretend that we met after the divorce and got married fast.
Why do you think such a plan would work? Are you stupid?
Shut up! My dad is taking over the big contract, and you had no reason to stay. Shut up and leave!
And for that matter, you don't give a shit about your clients. You're not even interested, so you don't even know it. They're my brother's company.
What?
I asked him to give the staff some experience anyway. But they said they wouldn't sign the contract if your mother and I didn't get involved.
Oh no!
I told you, right? I said I'm going to terminate the contract with all my suppliers. There's no way someone is going to sign a contract with you guys when they know you're the only ones left.
But, on second thought, I'm okay with that. I'll be a housewife when I marry my boyfriend anyway.
By the way, I also had a private detective check out your boyfriend who you're so proud of.
What? Why do you have to check him out? If you do anything unnecessary to him, I won't forgive you.
I've got his address and company. I'll explain to him that you're a married woman too.
I'm sure he was serious about our relationship. So even if he found out, he would still love me.
That's a lot of confidence. Of course you're the bad guy here. Don't play the tragic heroine.
What's going to happen to me?
Well, first of all, I think you're mistaken. But the statute of limitations for cheating is 3 years from the date of discovery.
Don't you count from the time you started dating?
I knew you didn't understand. You'll have to pay alimony, and your boyfriend will probably charge you something too. I think the resentment would be worse if the person you loved lied to you about it.
Even if I sell my bags and jewelry, and it still wouldn't be enough. I don't even have any savings.
That's right. And the joint savings you used up. I'll get half of it back.
I don't have any money.
If me and your mother get divorced, I'll cut ties with the company and with you guys, so you can do whatever you want. But you're going to have to borrow or do whatever you have to do to pay the bill.
I won't cheat on you anymore, and I won't ask you for luxuries. I'm going to withdraw the divorce papers. We can start over. I know we can.
This is the result of your selfishness and looking down on everyone around you. We will never get back together.
I don't want to be in debt anymore. We were wrong, so forgive us.
The two of them ended up paying a lot of the bill for being wrong. Both divorces went through without a hitch. Gemma had to pay the alimony for the affair and what she spent. Peter felt good about the president of the company, but his wife had the rights by proxy to begin with. After the liquidation, she transferred the current company to Peter in a property transfer. There were no customers, no staff, and my mother-in-law was not interested in the company. But she was an energetic person, so she was not the quiet retiree. So I started a new company with her as a co-owner. Peter had no idea what to do, so he shut down the company. Gemma was almost sued for fraud by the man she had an affair with, and they settled out of court with some money. As a result, all that remained was debt that they had already paid off. So they came to our company once to ask for help. Gemma was so cruel to her mother that she would not help her own daughter, who was related to her by blood. Gemma was also unbelievably cruel to me over her misfortune. A staff member saw this and called the police, who took her away and gave her a stern warning. My mother-in-law was momentarily lost, but she couldn't forgive Peter for not visiting her and for trying to take over the company she loved so much. As a couple who had loved each other once, it was not that she had no feelings for him, but he acted so selfishly that I didn't feel like being kind to him. My mother-in-law and I may be strangers, but we share the same desire to see our customers smile and the same respect and esteem for each other. I will continue to do my best to help even just one person smile.